Good evening and welcome to the webinar. My name is Eric Johnson. I am the creator and CEO of Teamzy, and I'm very excited to be with you guys tonight. I mean, kind of over the moon excited to be with you. So forgive my voice. I'm coming over a nasty cold right now, but don't let that demur the excitement I have to be with you guys, because already just a few weeks in beta with Younique, you guys are just blowing it up. It's so exciting to see how this community is working together, and we are so excited to be part of your guys' journey. So here's what we're going to do tonight. All right, first and foremost, tonight's a nuts and bolts training. I'm not going to get deep into philosophy. Those of you who've seen some of my other trainings know I love to get deep into the philosophy of relationships, building relationship marketing. But tonight, I'm going to get into the nuts and bolts on how to do this business with Teamzy. I'll show you how to set up Teamzy, which, by the way, is so easy, but also I want to show you the right way so that you can really get the most out of it. I'm going to teach you guys how to connect with people, right? And how with Teamzy you'll be able to easily connect with at least 20 people a day easily with Teamzy. I'll show you how to do that, how to make contact, how to start a conversation with them. I'm going to teach you today how to go from those conversations that you start and bring them towards invites, where we ask people to learn more about our business. Then I'm going to teach you how to follow up on those invites like a pro, so that you move people from prospect to customer to presenter, okay? I'm gonna show you the whole process in Teamzy. The cool thing is as you're doing your proactive work and connecting with people and following up with people, it'll automatically be tracking in Teamzy. So you got your tracking done and it's driving you to work. Sound good? I'm gonna do all of that as quick as I can, and I'm gonna cover a lot of content, guys. So just hang out with me, take notes. We are recording the call. You can watch it again later. But as questions pop up, just put them right in the Q&A. There's a Q&A button right there. Just put it right in there. At the end of the call, I will stay as long as it takes to answer all the questions you guys might have, okay? So I encourage you guys to load those questions up in the Q&A. So let's go ahead and jump right in. I'm gonna share my screen. Okay, so now you're looking at the unique version of Teamzy. Custom tailored for you guys based on feedback we got from a whole bunch of unique presenters that we polled on how to build this for you guys. Now, here's what I'm gonna do. First, I'm gonna take you through the setup. So I do wanna mention this before I get into this. We do offer a free 30-day trial of Teamzy, okay? And that's free 30 days. We don't ask for a credit card number. We don't really ask for any information. I mean, you could make it up if you wanted to. We don't care. We want you to try it. We know you will love it. So we'll give you a free 30-day free trial. So first of all, if you're not already doing that, you need to go to teamzy.com and get a free 30-day trial and get your whole team into a free 30-day trial. We'll talk a little bit more about that as we go. Okay, so when you're in your free 30-day trial, the first thing you'll see is the setup wizard. Okay, and I've already dismissed it on my account, but I'll bring it up so you can see it. You can get to it right here on this little cogwheel, setup wizard. All right, now in the setup wizard, we are going to do three things. We're gonna set an income goal, okay? And what's really cool about this, by the way, is Teamzy is gonna backward engineer that goal and help you figure out what you need to do every day to hit that goal, okay? And then we're gonna create a powerful why. We'll talk about that, but that's important because a lot of people quit, and that's not gonna happen to you, right? You're gonna make it. And also we're gonna get all your contacts imported into Teamzy so that you can have them in one place. You will be so super mega organized, as my kids would say. Okay, so let's get started. I'm gonna click start. So set a goal. This is the number, the income number. Like, this is your annual income level you'd like to be at 12 months from now. Okay? And I want you guys to stretch. I want you guys to stretch. I think everybody should set at least 6 figures as your minimum goal. I really do. And now I know that might not be realistic for the first 12 months, but I'm telling you guys, with Teamzy, your time will be so efficient and leveraged, you'd be surprised what you can achieve. So stretch that goal a little bit. I put 150,000 in here. Now, I know there's a lot of Black status leaders watching this webinar, and you guys may already be beyond that. So here's what I want you to think of. How much income will you personally create in the next 12 months for your business? By personally enrolling people and by creating your own volume. Like, what's that income level going to be? So set that goal that way. Make sense? Okay, so I have 150. Now let's continue to the next step. All right, so Teamzy's like, great, let's do this. To accomplish this, you'd need to complete a total of 4,348 connects. So I need to connect with 4,348 people in the next 12 months. Is that a lot? That's a lot, right? How many of you guys have do, over 4,000 a year in contacts? That's probably why there's not that many people making $150,000, right? But here's what I want to show you guys. I'm going to show you how easy this is, by the way. But if you do have to eat an elephant, how do you do it? How do you eat an elephant? Do you guys know this one? Not literally. You eat it one bite at a time, right? One bite at a time. So I'm going to go to the next page and we're going to break it down into bite-sized chunks for you. Okay, so now we've got that big number, 4,348, and we've broken it into 3 groups: prospects, customers, presenters. Okay? Then we're going to break that into yearly, monthly, weekly, finally daily. So that huge number is now this: connect with 9 prospects every day, 6 current customers every day, 4 presenters on your team every day. That's 19 connects a day. And I'm going to show you guys that's less than 30 minutes of work. How many of you guys think you can handle that? Totally, right? Totally, especially when Teamzy is going to tell you exactly who those 19 people are every day. Now, we've also got your daily invite and ad goals. So invites, our minimum number is 3. It defaults to 3. You can make that bigger if you want, but the idea here is that you are going to be inviting 3 people to learn more about the products or the business every day. So we're connecting with 19, we're inviting 3. The reason why is that connect is just a way to start a conversation. It's just to make someone's day comment, just to, and I'm going to show you guys some examples, but the idea of a connect is we're just connecting, we're just advancing the relationship. An invite is when that relationship, that conversation turns into interest, then we invite them to come deeper. Make sense? Okay, so 3 invites a day and then 3 ads. What's an ad? It's a new person, a new addition to your list. A new addition to your list. A new ad doesn't have to be somebody who's interested in the business. It's just somebody new that you met. Did you meet somebody new on social media, at the grocery store, whatever? Did you meet somebody new? You're going to add them to your list and you're going to start building the relationship. Okay? So here's one thing I want to say about this breakdown page before we move on. You can change these numbers. You can edit them. This is a suggestion from Teamzy. You can just type over them, whatever you want. Okay? Whatever you're comfortable with. And you can come back to this page if you want to up your goals or lower your goals. Now, once I click this blue continue button, my dashboard will be configured to the goals I set right here on this page. So none of your dashboards will be the same. They'll all be customized to you. Okay, that's done. Next step, finding your why. Finding your why. All right, hold on. I'm going to take a sip of water because I get really passionate about this one. This is important. You know what's funny, guys, is when I was talking to my partners, who are mostly software engineers, makes sense, right? About Teamzy, I told them we were going to help people find their why. And none of these engineers understood what they had to do with this tracking software we were building. And I'm here to tell you guys, it has nothing to do with the tracking software we're building or that we built that you're going to use. But it has everything to do with your success, which is why we built this software, to help you be successful. Right? This isn't just a situation where we want people to make money. We know that what you do makes a difference in so many lives. This is our way to contribute to all that good that's happening. And here's the thing, guys, you need to hear this. And a lot of you guys have been in business at least more than a year. You already know this, that 1 out of 2 people in this business quits in the first 12 months. 1 out of 2 people in this business will quit within the first 12 months. Now, I know a lot of you guys going, yeah, that's true. But have you thought about that? I mean, that's rough. That's a lot of people quitting. So we've got a lot of people on this call today. Are any of you guys planning on quitting this year? You might not be now. You might be excited about your business, saying, no, I'm not going to quit. But here's the question I have for you. Well, it's more of a statement than a question. If you don't have a really real, guttural, like from your heart, why to be in this business, you're going to be one of those people that quits. Because people quit. That's what we do. We quit. The only reason we persist, it's not because we have willpower, it's because we have why power. We persist in something because we have a reason to. The reason to persist has to be greater than the challenges. Do you guys think you're going to come up against challenges in this business or in life in general? Absolutely. I mean, everyone has big challenges at times, right? Tornadoes, relationship problems, health issues, financial crises. But we also have the most insidious of all problems, that I don't feel like it today syndrome. You guys ever feel like that? Like, I just don't feel like doing it today. Maybe I just won't do it today. I'll just take a break. I'll just take the day off. I'll just rest today. I'll just relax today. You guys ever feel that way? We all feel that way. What is it? And what happens is this, guys, you feel that way 3 days in a row, you're probably going to quit. But if you have a reason to get up and do it, and you have a way to do it easily like this with Teamzy for 30 minutes, you will do it. It's like, you know, the classic example of, I have no reason to break into my neighbor's house. If my neighbor's house is on fire and I know everybody's safe, I definitely have no reason to break into that house. But if my neighbor's house is on fire and my kids were over there, you better believe I'm going into that burning house. How many of you guys are with me? The difference is the reason. What is it in your life when your life is on fire, burning down, your business just, it's like the smoke is choking you? What is it in your life that will make you run into that burning building and keep going? Do you know? Now, you guys have probably heard trainers talk about my why, or your why, or finding your why, finding your purpose, finding your vision, all that sort of thing. And like me, just what does that mean? How do I do it? Now, here's what I want you guys to know. This really isn't that difficult. I'm going to take you through a real simple process that will get your mind started on thinking about this, that will get you down the road and give you the skills to do it. You guys ready? It's really simple. We built it into Teamzy because we're so passionate about this. All right, so let's just do it together. And what I'm going to do is, as an example, I'm going to share my story. Okay? All right, so it's a series of questions, and you're just going to answer these for yourself. Okay? It's just to get your mind going. So I'm going to take these through. Why did you become a presenter? Now, I'll just full disclosure, I am not a Younique presenter. Though you guys make it really compelling, I have to admit. But when I first got into network marketing, I'm not actively network marketing, by the way, anymore, because I serve you guys and I don't want any conflicts. But when I became a network marketer, it was because I was using products that made a difference in my appearance, and people were asking me about it already. How many of you guys started that way? Like, you just really liked the products and you wanted to share them with people. That's why I started. So that's my first question. What did you hope to accomplish? My goal was really simple. I wanted to make $500 extra money every month. Right? Anybody in that boat? $500 extra money every month. That's what I wanted. And I remember asking my sponsor, do you think I could make $500 extra money a month to do this? He said, yes, I think you could do that. I said, great, that's what I'm going to do. Next question. Why is that important to you? So why is making $500 a month extra money important to me? So I'm just going to tell you guys what was going on in my life at the time. My business, before Teamzy, you know, my business, I come from the business of coaching and consulting. That's what I've done for the past 15 years, is I've helped other people build their businesses. I've been a professional coach, professional consultant, and I specialized with real estate people. I worked in that industry. I helped real estate people, thousands of them, over those years. And when the big recession hit, you guys remember the Great Recession? Yeah, a lot of you guys still have scars about it from like I do. When that recession hit, the real estate market it literally evaporated like in a day. I know our home lost $350,000 in value in a month. It was crazy. Everyone was losing their homes. People were losing, it was crazy. And I was laid off from my job after 12 years. I was laid off from my job. And it was difficult. It was difficult. And I know some of you guys can relate to that. Now, by God's good grace, we made it. I mean, I found another job. We were able to keep going. But for those years, it was almost 7 years. It was like 6+ years. We had, in our budget, we had automatic transfer from checking to savings every month, $500. Checking to savings, automatic. The 16th of every month, it just transferred. So for those 6 years, on the 16th of the month, it would transfer over to savings, and I would go into my app and I would move it back to checking. We didn't save a penny for those years, not a single penny. We weren't able to. We needed the money. When I got into this, and I was a distributor in my company for more than a year before I approached the business. And I know some of you guys are like that too. I was just using the products. I thought, wow, this is an opportunity to make $500 extra money a month. I could start saving for a change. That was my goal. That's why it was important to me, guys. So everyone's got a reason when somebody tells you on your team, well, I'd like to make 200 bucks, or they give you a number, $300, $350 a month, they have a reason for that number. My reason was I didn't want to transfer that money back. I wanted it to stay in my savings account. Next question. What would achieving this mean for you and your family? So I'm on number 4 now. What would achieving this mean for you and your family? My first thought was, if I could save money long enough, we could buy a new house. If I could save money long enough, we could buy a new house. My wife and I have 4 children, which, by the way, I just want to give you a warning. I'm in my home office in San Diego, and I can hear their footsteps chomping around. So you make it to meet 1 or 2 or 3 of them. One's only 5 months old, so she probably won't come running in here, but the other ones could. We have 4 kids, and we had a small home, and it was time. We were just on top of each other, and I thought, man, it would be great if we could get a new house. But buying a new house was so outside of the realm of possibility because we were upside down on our home more than most people would actually spend on a new home for years. It was crazy. But I thought, wow, if I could just save that 500 bucks a month, maybe I could buy a new home. So then I'm gonna get to this last question. And here's the thing, you guys are gonna go through these questions with your life, with your story. It's gonna be different than mine, but you get the idea. Why is that meaningful? How does this make you feel is the last question. Why is that meaningful? How does this make you feel? And here's what I really don't think buying a new home is meaningful. Do you guys think that's meaningful? I don't know, it's kind of materialistic, right? I mean, it's just a want for more space. It's not really meaningful, but it was symbolic. And as I really thought about this, I realized why I wanted a new home, because it was all in the back of my mind. You know, isn't it amazing what we won't let ourselves think about consciously, especially when we're struggling? I had never thought about it consciously, but in the back of my mind, it was always there. It wasn't that I needed a new home. It's that my home, my family, my life wasn't healthy. It wasn't where it's supposed to be. I never saw my kids, these beautiful children, and I was missing it. I was missing it. I was rushing off to work every morning, kissing my kids goodbye. They're still in their pajamas. I was coming home in the evening, and they're getting ready for bed. They were already in the bathtub. I had already had dinner usually when I got home. And that was my relationship with my kids. And I remember my son, who was in kindergarten, when we went through this process, he would constantly call me Mr. Lisa, which was the name of his teacher, instead of Dad, all day long. And it just got me. I was like, you know what? This isn't right. I needed something has to be different because I'm missing it. Does that make sense? And it wasn't that I needed a new home. It was that subconsciously I knew something had to change. Now, what happened to me right here was what a lot of teachers call an aha moment. I had an aha moment. And here's what it was, you guys. This business opportunity that was before me was more than extra money. Extra money I can take or leave, right? It's extra. It was more than that. This was an opportunity to create the life of my dreams. This was the only opportunity I had, because after 15 years of being at the top of my industry, I hadn't managed to save a penny in 6 years, right? So that working harder at that wasn't getting me there. This opportunity was a way to do it. It was a way to create everything that I ever wanted for life. Now, here's the thing. That's where I want you guys to get. You got to get your mind around this. And this process will bring you there. Now, the last box is called my why. And this is where you put your why statement in here. Okay, now my why statement that I wrote almost 3 years ago now, the first time I went through this process, is like your lead-in example text. And it's here on mine right now so you can see it. This was the why I wrote at that time, which was to create a life where I never have to worry about money again. I enjoy quality time with my family, and I'm present for my children on a daily basis. I'm healthy and full of energy. Pretty cool, right? Now, I just want to share one thing with you guys on this. And I know I've been talking about my wife for a minute, but I feel really strongly about it. I hope you guys are still getting some great value from this. Here's the deal. I wrote this down and something changed inside me. Something changed inside me. I realized now what was on the line. Those days where I just didn't feel like it, guess what? I did it anyway. On the line was a life I always wanted. Not doing it means I had to stay where I was, which was stuck. You guys with me? That's how powerful the why is. You're going to create that very last box. You're going to write something in there. And when you click continue, it's going to save it on your dashboard. Every day when you come into Teamzy, you're going to read it. It's going to be right there in front of you. I don't feel like doing it today. I know it's only 20 minutes. I just don't feel like doing it. And it's like, bam, in your face. Wait, this is the life you want. Are you guys with me? It's huge. Now, one thing on this, you guys. One thing on this. Let me go back in here. This isn't like your final draft. You're going to constantly work on this, constantly improve it. In fact, I'm looking at this right now, and this describes my life now. I need to redo this. There's nothing here to drive me unless it's just maintenance. So this is my life, which is fantastic. Thank you, Lord, for this life. But you're going to constantly work on this. Now, one more thing about this. Some of you guys are super motivated by avoiding negative, avoiding pain. You know who you are. If you're like that, you can even add to the why, kind of in parentheses. I call it dark why. What are the consequences if you quit? What are the consequences? What is your life? What will your life look like if you let yourself quit? Right? I mean, a lot of people goal board, you know, and they have these great things on their goal boards, which I've done that too. I love that. And like, you know, you'll put these beautiful, like if you have physical fitness goals, you'll put these beautiful, gorgeous bodies on your goal board and say, that's what I'm shooting for, which is great, visualizing that. But a lot of times, you know what, if you just put, like if you went to like Fatify, the app, and made yourself really unhealthy and put that on your refrigerator, how well would that motivate you to stay out? It would. So sometimes you need a dark why too. You need to know what you're working towards, but you also need to know what are the consequences for me blowing this off today so that you can stay in the game. Guys, the way you win this game is by staying in it. Okay, you with me? Whatever you's in this box, this last box, it'll post your dashboard when you hit continue. Okay, sorry. I'm done with that one now. Let's get your contacts loaded up. Now, here's a cool thing. There's some instructions here on how to do it. Younique's back office doesn't let you export your contacts, so you got to do some copy and paste and finagling a little bit. Just follow the instructions on this video, and you'll be fine. If you struggle with that, just message us at Teamzy and we'll help you with it. Okay, not a big deal. And the next thing, because what we want to get in there, first we want to get your presenters into Teamzy. And you know, really what we want are your first level presenters. Okay, we want to get those into Teamzy. Then we want to get all your customers into Teamzy, because you're going to be building relationships with these people. They need to be in there organized. And then after we get those two, we're going to get your Facebook friends in Teamzy, which is so cool, because now you're not going to be going through Facebook Messenger trying to remember who you're following up with. Right? Or worse, you've got it written on a piece of paper somewhere that you can't find. You'll be so organized, all be in there. And then anywhere else you have contacts, you can bring them in as a CSV file and bring them up, get everything into Teamzy so that we can organize it into one list that you're working all the time. The cool thing about Teamzy, because it lives in the cloud, is you've always got it, right? You've always got it in your, you know, on your desktop, in your phone. You've always got your phone with you, right? But you don't always have that piece of paper or that notebook with you, but you will always have your phone with you. So you've always got Teamzy in your pocket. You can constantly be working this. It's so cool. All right, so let's just go ahead and do that. It's super easy, by the way. If you've ever worked with any sort of CRM system for work or for another career, you know how complicated they are. We've made this so easy. I'm going to import my Facebook file just to get an idea. Let me see here. Okay, that's it. It's already got it uploaded. And now it's bringing them in super fast. Okay, so while that's coming in, I'm going to talk to you about the next step. There's one more step for setup, then we're going to crush our power hour together. We need to prioritize our list. We have to prioritize our list, and we do it by ranking our people. We rank our contacts on a 5-star system, just like where you're ranking a Netflix or Amazon, whatever. You guys know how to do this. 5 is awesome, 1 not awesome, right? The reason we do this is this principle. Okay, write this down, you guys. When it comes to relationship marketing, you need to spend more time with the best people. You need to spend more time with the best people. The people most likely to help your business should get more time. If you don't prioritize them ahead of time, you will spend all your time on the turkeys because they will steal all your time. Right? Isn't that true? Okay, so the way we do it is we just give people a star ranking, and then Teamzy does all the work of sorting your list for you and keeping it organized for you. You just do this one time. So let's go to the next page, and I'll show you how this works. So it jumps us now to the team page. This is the import we just brought in, 1,812 new contacts. And they're coming in, everyone's gonna come in as a 3-star to start, okay? Everyone starts as a 3-star, so you don't even have to rank everybody. Let me go through what these ranks mean really quick with you, and then I'll show you how to do it. A 5-star is somebody most likely to become a customer or a presenter, or they're already an existing presenter or customer that's a rock star on your team, okay? They're gonna show up every 30 days on your up next list. So on your up next list, which I'll show you in a minute, your up next list shows you who to connect with today. Just who to connect with, who to make their day, who to say hello to, who to start a conversation with. Your 5-star people will come up on that list every 30 days. Okay, 4-star people, there's somebody who's likely to become a customer or a presenter with a little bit of nurturing, okay? Or they're just your solid performers on your team already. They're gonna show up on your up next list every 60 days, every 60 days. Now, 3-star people, like I said, everybody's a 3-star to start because you just don't know. They could go either way, right? Probably. And most people on your list will be 3 stars in general. The vast majority of the list will always be 3-star people. They're gonna show up on your up next list every 90 days, every 90 days. So those are people that are on your list. You're gonna touch them at a minimum 4 times a year, right? Pretty cool. Now, 2-star people, they're showing up every 120 days. They're getting a little colder. And then 1-star people, they're on your list. They're in Teamzy. You can look them up whenever you need to, but they're not coming up on that up next list. They're kind of in storage. Make sense? Okay. So now that we know what the ranks mean, let me show you how to do this. Now we're on our team page now. So Teamzy, you know, your navigation's on the left, dashboard, team. Team page is where your whole list is. And we call everybody your team, whether they're prospects, customers, or presenters. They're your team. This is your community that you're building. Make sense? Okay. So on this page, we've got everybody, and then it's gonna be rank mode, lets me jam down the list to rank them. And you just click it. She's a 5-star, nope, she's a 2-star. Okay, you're just gonna go down your list. Now, the best thing is to go through your whole list and rank everybody. Just from your gut, okay? Just from your gut, however you feel about them. Now, if you've got a huge list, I don't want you to be overwhelmed by this, what you can do is just go through and look for the 4s and 5s, okay? And just promote those, just so we have some priority, or this is definitely a 2, you know, for example. And then you don't have to go through the whole list, but you do need to take a first cut at ranking people so that we can prioritize your list for you. Make sense? Okay, now that we're all set up, let's go crush our power hour. Now, this topic is called How to Slay Your Unique Business in Less Than an Hour a Day. I'm gonna show you how to do a power hour in 30 minutes, which leaves you plenty of time to do everything else you need to do. This is all about consistency, you guys. If you could do this for 30 minutes a day, you will have so much momentum, sustainable momentum in your business. It's gonna be unbelievable. So let's show you how to do it. I'll give you a quick tour of the dashboard, and then we're gonna crush our power hour together. Okay. Here's your dashboard. You've got your settings up here, okay? Feedback takes you to a community of other users. You can talk to them. If you wanna look somebody up who's not on your list, you just look them up here in the lookup bar, brings you to their record. You need to add somebody new to your list, you just click here and add them super fast, okay? Your navigation's on the left. Your My Why is here. Remember, there's the My Why we wrote. You click that to edit that. Today's activities right here in the middle, these are your goals for the day. And again, our goal is to connect with 10 prospects, 6 customers, 4 presenters. Notice there's zeros right now because we haven't done any yet. Invite 3 people and add 3 people to the list. Okay, so those are our goals for the day. We've got dailies, which are just little accountability things for yourself to keep you on track with things that make you successful. Are you posting on social media every day? Did you do that? Personal development work. Are you using the products? Are you a product of your product? Are you doing some exercise? Are you keeping your body moving so that you can be creative and energetic and excited with people? It's so important. Okay. And I've had people tell me, Eric, exercising has nothing to do with my business. Okay. But you would be hard pressed to find somebody who's very successful who doesn't exercise regularly. Just, that's all I have to say about that. Okay, great. Who's up next? This is the magic right here, guys. This is the engine room, what makes Teamzy so special. There's nothing like it anywhere else. It's the most simple and elegant way to work a list that I've ever seen. And I'm not even prejudiced at all. Let me show you how this works. You've got 4 lists: prospects, customers, presenters, and follow-ups. Each tab is a new list, okay? The up next module gives us 5 names at a time. We can never get overwhelmed because there's only 5 at a time. We're going to focus small. This is the whole thing here, guys. We focus small to grow business big. We set the goal at the beginning, 150 grand in 12 months. Now Teamzy says, okay, Eric, today, you just need to do today. You just need to do today. Every day, just today, every day, just today. You know, when I married my wife, my pastor said to me, Eric, you are not committing to this woman for the rest of your life. That is not marriage. I said, what? He said, you are committing to her today. You're going to be the best husband, the husband that God made you to be for her today. And every morning you wake up and you recommit to be the best husband today. That's what marriage is. I thought, oh my gosh. Now you guys, that principle is true about business too. You want to be successful at business, you got to be successful today. Today. That's it. So we're going to connect with who's up next. So we're going to start with prospects. The first person on my list is Jay. I'm going to go connect with her. Now, I love Facebook Messenger. That's what I use. I use Facebook Messenger for just about everything. Some of you guys talk to me through Facebook Messenger. My backup would be text. Facebook Messenger and text, 99% of your communication, you can do that way. And it's going to make you very efficient, okay? The reason why those are such good ways to communicate with people, not only is it easy for you, it's easy for them. What does that mean? It means the response rate is through the roof. Through the roof. Okay, so let me show you how this works. Up here on my browser window, I have Facebook. It's already open, ready to go. So I'm going to message Jay through Facebook. But before I do it, maybe I don't really know what to say. How do I break the ice with her? I haven't talked to her in a while, right? Maybe I don't even know who she is. Does it ever happen? You see somebody on there and you're like, I don't even know who that is. I don't care. You can message them anyways with Teamzy. So right here in the right-hand corner, there's this little scripts button. You guys see that little scripts? This is where you get some quick ideas on what to say. You choose what type of message it's going to be, okay, to get those scripts. It's Facebook. And we got a few examples of quick connects. Connect one is my favorite. Hi, Jane, just stopping by to say hello. How are you? Hope your day is awesome. It makes people's day, okay? And this is one of my favorites because the response rate is really high on this one. It's really high. People respond to this one. It's so non-threatening. It's so friendly. It makes a smile. It's great. And then if they don't respond, I'll often see them liking my posts on my Facebook page right after that because it got them thinking about me. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna click copy script. That goes to my clipboard. Now I'm gonna toggle over real fast to Facebook. I'm gonna look up Jay and send her the message. You do have to send messages through Messenger because Facebook won't allow any app to use it that way. You have to go actually send it through Messenger, which is easy. Here's Jay. I'm gonna message her. I like to message from the page instead of from Messenger so that I can kind of take a quick look at their page. Now I don't really scroll it and read it, but I can kind of see what's there. Also, very rarely happens, but sometimes you get someone's page and they're deceased. Has that ever happened to you guys? And so it's good to see that before you send the message. All right, so notice I just pasted that message right into the message box because it was in my clipboard. It says, hi Jane though, I wanna change the name to Jay, boom, and send it. Okay. Hi Jay, just stopping by to say hello, how are you? Hope your day is awesome. No, Jay's my guinea pig. She works for Teamzy. She lets me message her all day when I'm doing these webinars. So what I'm gonna do really quick, guys, is I'm just gonna copy this message because I'm gonna log it in Teamzy. Now, you don't have to copy and paste. I just find it very fast and efficient, and I don't have to type any notes. You can type notes, whatever, but this is where we're gonna log that we connected with Jay, okay? Select type, it was a Facebook message. Now watch what happens when I log this. Jay's off my list. My list has moved up. See, I got a new person on the bottom of the list now. And I have one on my scoreboard. Now my goal is to get to 10. So I'm gonna keep going until that number says 10. I'm gonna connect with Gail, then Julie, then Michael, then Mina, then Maggie, and on, okay? Now here's the pro tip. I'm just gonna use the same message over and over and over again. I'm just gonna copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, and change the name. Because I know it works. I know it's a great message. Make sense? Okay. How quickly do you think you could do 10? 10 minutes, right? Probably less once you're rocking. By the way, on my phone, I have an iPhone 6S. I know it's time probably to get the new cool one, but I can go so fast on my phone. It's like super fast. Okay. So when I'm done with my prospects, I've got all 10 done. Now I'm going to move over to the next tab, which is customers. Okay. And I'm going to connect with my customers. Again, before I connect with Stephanie, I may look at scripts to get an idea. And there's some great, now they're customer scripts, which is kind of cool, right? Some how to ask for recommendations, right? Congratulations on great results. You know, how are you enjoying the product? Send me an update. Basic stuff. This is my favorite one though. Hi Jane, just checking in to see if there's anything I can do to make your day. Oh my gosh, you guys, this one works so great. Now, of course, you can fix these up. You can change the wording to be yours. See this new script button? You can upload your own scripts and save them in here so they're there when you want them, which is pretty cool. Okay, but it is super important to be talking to your current customers. Okay, I'm gonna give you 3 quick reasons why, because a lot of people neglect their current customers. They're too busy focusing on trying to find new prospects. You need to do both. Your customers are a gold mine. They are. First of all, I mean, they came to you guys for advice. I mean, you're helping them pick out what they need, right? And so they need your help. But also, I mean, you guys are always coming out with cool stuff all the time. And so if you want people to be engaged with your products, you have to be in touch with them. Be ready to answer questions. Be ready to tell them about what's new or what's happening or what's trending with everybody. You know what I mean? And if you're in touch with people, they will buy more and they will stay a customer longer. That's the bottom line. That's good, right? If you teach your team to do that, your team volume is going to double and triple just from people being in touch with their customers. As easy as sending a message like, hey, is there anything I can do to make your day today? That's it. They text you back what it is you can make their day. Or they just say, thank you, that made my day. Either way, you've advanced the relationship. They're thinking about you. They're smiling with a smile. Next thing you know, they're ordering something. That's just the way it works. But write this down, guys, because I'm going to give you the important point, the important reason why you got to be talking to your customers. If you're looking for new business, which I know you guys all are, you need to know this. The hottest source for a new lead in your business is a current customer. The hottest source for a new lead in your business is a current customer. There's no better way to get a new customer than from a current customer. And that's true in every business. But you guys, your customers are wearing your products on their face. Talk about being a billboard. They're walking around, people are talking to them about what they're doing, and they're talking about the products. By the way, every customer you have who loves these products is talking to people about them. So why are all those people not in your business yet? A couple of you are like, oh. Well, if you're not in constant contact with your customers, there's no way they can be. And you need to be talking to those people. You need to be talking to those raving fans and find out who they're talking to. Ask them to introduce you. Always ask them to introduce you. Just a little tip on this. I could do an hour training on this. Don't ask them to refer you. Ask them to introduce you. Hey, if they're interested in learning more, can you just introduce me via a Facebook message, group chat, group text, whatever's easiest for you. I'll get them the information. They can take it or leave it. Get introduced. The best thing you can do in your day is add new people to your Teamzy list. And if people are recommended to you by current customers, oh my gosh, they're solid gold, guys. And you also know that those customers, those current customers who love the products often turn into your best presenters, right? You guys get this. It all starts with being in touch, consistent communication with your customers. Okay. I'm beating the drum like crazy today. Sorry. All right, so we're gonna go through this. You're gonna go through your customers. And our goal was 6 customers. That's 5 minutes of work. You're staying in constant contact with your customers sounded like a lot of work, right? 5 minutes a day is what I'm talking about. Can you guys handle that? 5 minutes a day. You're in touch with your customer list. Bam, 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 all the time. Just constantly messaging and touching them. When we're done with our customers, now we're gonna connect with our presenters. And it's so important, you guys, to be in touch and have a relationship with your presenters, especially your first level presenters. They rely on that relationship with you. And having a Facebook group or doing a live Zoom call, that's not a relationship. Having a training website, that's cool, but that's not a relationship. The message from you, the time invested by you in that relationship, even just a text message, is all it takes. And Teamzy will make it easy. You know, if you guys are super studs and have a giant team, it's still doable with Teamzy. Okay? All right, so now we're going to connect with our presenters. And we're all done connecting, in this case, with 4 people on the list. The list moves up. Now we're going to go to our 4th list, which is follow-ups. Oops, there's nobody on my follow-ups list. This will happen to you guys the first day you use Teamzy too. How does somebody get on my follow-ups list? All right, so let's go through this process real quick. So we have just sent, in this example, we just sent out 20 messages. 20 minutes, they're out. People are already responding. By the way, I expect to get about 50% response rate just from that connect number 1, which means we just started 10 conversations. Pretty cool, right? So people are messaging back, hey, Eric, great to hear from you. What are you doing? Oh, yeah. And I'm having conversations with people, catching up with them, finding ways to make their day. And guys, here's what I want you to get from this. If you're really focused on relationship marketing, which Teamzy is built upon, that conversation's goal is not to recruit, not to sell. We're going to look for those opportunities, of course, but the goal of the conversation is to help. It's to serve. It's to make their day. What we're doing is we're asking questions. We're listening for wants and needs. We're listening for wants and needs, especially ones we can fill. Now, if people have wants and needs that this business opportunity can solve or the products can solve, then we're going to invite them to learn more. And I'll show you how to do that in a second. But maybe today is not that day. Maybe today they just need someone to pray with them. Maybe they just need someone to lift their spirits. Maybe they need a recommendation to a dentist for their kids because they don't like the one they're at. I don't know. Listen, find wants and needs. I'll never forget in my old business, having dinner with one of my best customers. I was in Boston, Massachusetts, having a great dinner. And really high producing business guy, somebody I respected, and I found out that he sleeps 2 to 3 hours a day. A chronic insomniac his whole life. And he wished he could sleep more, but he just isn't able to do it. I'm just telling you guys this story because you know what I did the next day? I went to Barnes & Noble. This is when we still bought books in stores. And I bought a book on how to overcome insomnia. And I gave it to him the next day. I said, hey, our conversation, I was just thinking about it. I saw this book, I picked it up for you. He's like, oh, thanks, that's so cool. It was me listening for wants and needs. And that person stayed my customer for 15 years. Now, years later, more than a decade later, he mentioned to me, I'll never forget when you gave me that book. I had forgotten that I gave him that book. The point is, guys, you listen for wants and needs. The relationship is what you're deepening. You're going to create opportunities for your business. Okay, so in our example, we messaged Jay. And Jay, let's say Jay messaged back, and now we're having a great conversation. Catching up, finding out what's going on. And she's like, hey, I've been watching what you're doing on social media. It looks really cool. I'd like to learn more. It's like, great, I'd love to show you more about the business. I tell you what, Jay, my team has an opportunity call tonight. Would you be interested in jumping on that? She, oh yeah, that'd be great. Okay, great. I tell you what I'll do. I'm going to send you an email right now with all the information, the link and everything for the opportunity call. And then what I'll do is, take notes, listen, absorb as much as you can, and I'll connect with you tomorrow and see if you have any questions. Sound good? Jay's like, perfect, Eric, thank you. Great. So let me show you how to do this in Teamzy, guys. So I'm going to look up Jay. There she is. It brings me to her record. Okay. What I just did was I invited her to learn about the business. That's the difference between a connect that's just a, hey, how are you? And a connect that's an invite. So I want to log that connect. I'm going to click connect. Okay. Now see this box right here that says invite? I'm going to click that invite box because that makes this a special connect. It's an invite connect. And I'm going to select my type, and you can see opportunity call is one of the types that's there. Okay, so it was an opportunity call. And as far as notes, I'm just going to put op call. Okay. So that was sent via email. Great. Now, one thing I want you to notice before I log this connect is that the follow-up is set to default. Now, what that means is it's going to go to her number rank default number. She's a 5-star, which means this follow-up will show up again in 30 days. What did I tell Jay I would follow up with her? Tomorrow, right? So I need to set a follow-up. So I'm going to take this off default, like touching it, and I'm going to click tomorrow. And there's a bunch of choices, or you can just click a calendar and pick a date, okay? So I'm setting this follow-up for tomorrow. Now check this out. I'm going to log this connect. And now you'll notice that there's a follow-up set on her record. So let me go back to the dashboard to show you what that looks like. So every time I'm talking to somebody and there's interest and I'm sending an invite, I'm going to set a follow-up, right? Or you may just set a follow-up because you want to talk to somebody tomorrow. For whatever reason, I'm putting them on my follow-ups list. So now when I'm doing my power hour tomorrow, I'm going to go prospects, customers, presenters. Then when I get to my follow-ups list, I'm going to work down the list of everybody that I need to follow up with. And on the list is Jay, right? And so Jay, I need to follow up with. Now, a couple things about this. I'm going to show you, by the way, how to do this in Teamzy. Following up in Teamzy is so easy. Not only is it so easy, but it's so duplicatably easy. Like every new person you have, you're going to be like, just do this. But I want to teach you about it first. Here's the deal. You guys have heard that the fortunes in the follow-up. From how many people have told you that? Absolutely. Did you know that 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and the 10th follow-up? 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and the 10th follow-up. Have you guys heard that before? Yeah, absolutely. Now, how many of you guys follow up 10 times consistently? Anyone? There's probably a couple of you. Usually, like, 2 out of 100 might raise their hand to that, and they're usually the team leaders. Here's the thing, guys. This is a known statistic. I'm going to explain to you. There's a psychology behind it, by the way, that you need to understand to really get the most out of your business. But people convert between the 7th and 10th follow-up, but very few people follow up that much. That's why very few people tend to have all the success. Not rocket science, right? Now, I know why you don't follow up. First of all, no offense, but if you're not using Teamzy, it's probably just really hard to be that organized, right? I mean, if you're working on a notebook or a spreadsheet, like how do you follow up 10 times on that and stay on top of it? How do you stay organized with that? That's one challenge for sure. But the real reason you're not doing it, let's just be honest, you don't want to be bugging people. You feel like you're a pain in the butt, right? Absolutely. Some of you guys were like ready to hang up when I said you need to follow up 10 times. I'm going to explain to you right now 2 principles that will help you to never be annoying when you follow up. Okay, so whether or not you use Teamzy, you can take those with you and use those, implement them into your business, teach them to your team. But I want you to have a mindset shift first. You guys are talking to people about a business opportunity that could change their life, right? And it already has for a lot of you, right? And you're trying to share that with people. And people are excited about the opportunity. They love the products, they love the opportunity. They're excited about the life they could have, and they're interested. And then when you go to follow up with them, they just stop responding to you. Why is that? Why do they go quiet? Hide. They hide, right? Okay, so let me explain a couple things. A lot of you guys know this, so bear with me, okay? Bear with me if I'm preaching to the choir. But our subconscious mind runs the show. Our subconscious mind runs the show. And our brain wants stability. It doesn't want change. It wants safety. It wants what it knows. Okay? That's why we get stuck in a rut sometimes. That person is excited with you about the opportunity, then they hide from you because it's not that they're not excited about it. It's that the back of their mind is taking over. They're like, oh, yeah, I can't call her now, or I can't follow up with her now because, will the baby just spit up? Or I'll do it later because right now, and their subconscious is giving them really legitimate excuses why they can't do it. And it takes a while before the back of their mind, before their subconscious mind can be reprogrammed enough to be open to the opportunity. That's why it takes 7 to 10 follow-ups for sales to happen, because every one of those follow-ups is reprogramming that subconscious mind to accept the change. You guys didn't know you were getting Psychology 101 tonight, right? All right, so this is basic stuff. Some of you guys are like, so simple, I have a PhD in psychology. That's great, good. You can email me some extra tips later. Here's the thing, guys. If you are going to help somebody transform their life and their mind is programmed against it, and the only way they can get the life of their dreams is if you follow up 10 times, then you need to understand that following up is not annoying, but following up is an act of love. Following up is an act of love. Do you really love people enough and care enough about them to want to help them change their lives? Is that why you're in this business? Because if you do, then you'll follow up. And if you fail to follow up with people, what you're really communicating is, I just don't care enough about you to follow up with you, sorry. So you decide, what kind of person are you? How are you building your business and your team? Now, I'm going to give you the 2 principles right now that will let you do it without being annoying. In fact, if you follow these 2 principles, you can follow up 1,000,000 times and not be annoying. Well, maybe not 1,000,000 times, but you can follow up a lot of times and not be annoying. Are you ready? Principle number 1. Some of these are counterintuitive for you, so you're just going to have to deal with it, but write these down. Principle number 1 is this. Never ask them to do anything in the follow-up. Never ask them to do anything in your follow-up. Don't ask them to call you back. Don't ask them to message you back. Don't ask them to complete their purchase. Don't ask them anything. Don't ask them to do anything, because that is annoying, right? If I call and I see a couple of Amandas on here. Amanda, can you call me back, please? I have a question to ask you. That's annoying, isn't it? Yeah, don't do it. Okay, second, make sure you follow up via text or message, okay? And make your follow-up short enough that they can read it on the notification screen without opening the message, at least most of the message, so they get the idea. Why? Because they don't want you to know they've seen the message, because they're not going to respond right now. Okay? And you guys do it too. You know you do it. You're like, dang it, it's a long message. I have to open it now. I wish I could just read it without opening it because I'm busy right now. And here's the thing. If you do those 2 things, don't ask them to do anything and keep it short and sweet and message it to them so they can read it without opening it. That's a perfect follow-up, because here's the goal. The goal of the follow-up is to send them a message, remind them of the hope that they felt when they were talking to you about the opportunity, for them to see that message and to understand at a deep level your care and love for them, and to smile, associate a smile with that message. Now, what we're doing with those messages, you guys, is not only are you displaying your incredible professionalism, but you are reprogramming their mind. Every day they're looking at your message, they're not having to do anything with it, but smile, and their mind is going, that's a happy opportunity. That's a happy opportunity. I'm telling you guys, it's science. All right, here we go. Let me show you how to do this in Teamzy. It's so easy. So I'm going to connect with Jay. Now, by the way, when we originally launched Teamzy a year and a half ago for Beachbody, we didn't have scripts. Like all of these things, a lot of these things we have were driven by all the users using it, going, it would be great if we had this, it would be great if we had this. You guys are coming into this brand new, and guess what? Under scripts, we have 10 follow-ups for you. So you can just use 10 follow-up scripts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and not even think. Okay, and your teams can do the same. Here's follow-up number 1, which, by the way, I love this one. I've used this one 1,000,000 times. It works so great. Here it is, for those of you on the phone. Hi, Jane, just checking in like I promised I would. What questions do you have for me? 2 sentences, so simple. Just checking in like I promised I would. So non-threatening. I'm fulfilling a promise. I'm making a deposit in her trust account, and I'm asking her if she has questions. It's all about her, not about me or what I need in my business. Okay, so I'll copy that script and I'll send it to Jay. Hey, look, Jay's just stopping by to say hello. Jay's on a webinar too. I love it. Okay, so now I'm going to send Jay my follow-up message. Hi, Jay, just checking in like I promised I would. What questions do you have for me? Okay, so there's my follow-up number 1. Okay, I'm just going to message it to her. And then I'm going to jump back over to Teamzy and log that message. Now, really important, you guys, when you're logging a follow-up, it's Facebook, make sure you set the next one. Always set the next follow-up. Otherwise, she's going to fall off the list. You do not want her to fall off the list. You got to keep her on this follow-up list. So I'm going to set her for tomorrow again. Okay, tomorrow when I'm working my follow-ups list, I'm going to come back to Jay. Maybe I don't remember where I am with Jay. I can click activity to see my conversations. Oh, okay, follow-up number 1, great. Jump back to connect, go to scripts. I'm gonna grab follow-up number 2. Where is it, follow-up number 2? Hi, Jane, just making sure you got my email and checking to see if you have any questions. Okay, then number 3, I'm excited about the goals we discussed. Can't wait to get started. Number 4, just staying in touch so I can help you achieve your goals. Do you guys see how this is working? Every day. Now, you might not do it every single day, but at least the first few days, it's every day. And then maybe it's every couple of days. But she's getting these messages from you, and they're so great. And she's going, oh, yeah, oh, yeah, oh, yeah. Now, here's the thing. Most people, most presenters are frustrated when you've sent 4 messages and she hasn't responded at all. But I'm here to tell you guys, that's normal. Most people won't respond at all the first 5 messages. But you can rest assured they're seeing them. And they're smiling and they're thinking, oh yeah, this person is great. Now, what will usually happen around 6 or 7 connects, 6 or 7 follow-ups, is you'll get a message that says, oh my gosh, thank you so much for staying on top of me, for being so consistent with connecting with me. I really appreciate it. I'm so sorry. My life has been nuts the past week, past 2 weeks, whatever. And they'll unload all the excuses they've had for not responding over that time, But here's the good thing. You've been building up and storing up goodwill with them. Instead of being annoying, you're actually demonstrating your care for them. And what will usually happen is, at some point, usually it's between right around 7, how I said between 7 and 10, people will say, okay, well, I'm going to take a closer look at that, or I'm going to look at that now, or I'll evaluate it now, let you know. And now you're getting closer. Okay? So 2 things could happen from this outcome. Jay could buy a bunch of products as a customer. She could become a presenter, or she could say, I really like this opportunity, but I'm not ready yet, right? Now, here's the cool thing. If Jay says I'm not ready yet, great. I put her back on default and I talk to her next month. She's on my Teamzy list. There's no getting away from me. I'm going to stay in touch with you, girl. She can't fall through the cracks. She's not going to be the person I see on Facebook has joined on someone else's team because I stopped connecting with her. Make sense? But more likely she's going to join. So let me show you how this works. So I go into my back office and I'm like, oh yeah, Jane bought a presenter kit. She's in. So sweet. So how do I do that in Teamzy? What I'm going to do is I'm going to look her up in the lookup bar again to go to her record. Okay. The first thing I'm going to do is log the sale. Okay. So I'll log the sale type. It was a presenter kit. Save. Now, we're not trying to log volume or commissions here. It's just so that Teamzy knows that you got something for your efforts, right? They bore fruit. So now I've logged the sale, which is great. It helps my stats, my connect to sale stats. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move her from prospect to presenter. And see where it says member type right here? I can move her, but just clicking on presenter, boom, that makes her a presenter and personally sponsored. So now she's moved. I've taken Jay from my prospects list. We connected, started a conversation. We had a conversation. We caught up. There was some interest. I invited her to an opportunity call. And then I followed up like a pro. Followed up. She signed up. Now I've moved her to presenter, personally sponsored. I will continue to connect and build my relationship with Jay as I train her and as we help her build her business. But now she's going to show up on that presenter list, not the prospect list. Cool? That's the cycle. And I'm going to repeat that cycle every day as I'm working my list. All right. I know I covered a lot of ground. I did a lot of stuff. And that's like just a sliver, guys, of what you can do in Teamzy. But that's the important stuff. If you did just that, what I showed you today, 30 minutes a day, and you got your teams to do that for 30 minutes a day, you blow this business up. Blow this business up. Teamzy's coming up on its 2-year anniversary. Actually, not even 2 years. 2 years since we started the company, but it won't be 2 years actually working with customers until Christmas. So it's been a year and a half. We've got over 20,000 people using this program, you guys. You guys in Younique, you're on the ground floor. You guys are on the ground floor for Younique. The very beginning of your network. It's spreading like wildfire, but you guys are at the very beginning. You have an opportunity now to jump into this system and really rock it. To take what you know is the right way to do it. Caring for people, loving on people, being consistent, and having a system that actually makes you appear like you're the most organized person in the world. You guys would be amazed how disorganized I am naturally. That's why I need systems like this. Now, make sure you're putting your questions in the Q&A. I'm going to get to those in a second, okay? But I just want to talk to you guys real quick about this free trial thing. Make sure you guys are in the free trial. Now, because this is a beta program for Younique, what does it mean that it's in beta? This software is polished. I mean, we've been using it for a long time. You guys are getting a really polished version of Teamzy. It doesn't have bugs or anything like the original beta versions, but we still call it beta because we want you guys as the first Younique presenters to use it, to engage with us and help us make it even better. Okay, we're asking you guys, because we want it to be like home for your network. So as beta testers, you guys are going to get in there and you're going to message us. You're going to tell us, hey, this is I love this. I wish it did this, or maybe I just love this, whatever. As a thank you, we're going to give you a special offer to become a founding member, a founding Younique member of Teamzy. Okay, and what that means is you just need to sign up for your ongoing subscription before the deadline, which is June 17th. June 17th. So if you guys are watching this webinar on YouTube and it's after June 17th, 2017, June 17th, 2017, this offer has expired. For those of you guys watching this now and it's not that date yet, you can sign up for Teamzy at a founder's rate. It's $19.95 a month. So it's a third less than our normal price, and we do not ever discount Teamzy. This is your chance. You can lock in that rate for life. You can also get your team, let your team know they can lock that rate in for life as long as they start a subscription before the June 17th. Okay? So one detail on that. If you start a free trial on June 17th, you won't actually get billed until July 17th. So you could start a free trial that day and sign up for subscription, lock in the rate, but you won't actually get billed for another month. You just need to lock in that rate before the 17th. Okay, now one more thing I want to give you an action step on the 30-day free trial. Make sure that you have a success partner doing the free trial with you. Okay, if you don't have a success partner in your business, pick somebody to be your 30-day success partner. You'll get so much more out of it. And what I want you guys to do is every day when you've completed your dashboard, you're going to get this little message. So those of you guys using Teamzy have already experienced this and it's really exciting. It says 100%, you crushed it on your daily activities. I want you to screenshot that and message it, text it or whatever to your success partner every day. Okay, every day that you hit today's goals. And what'll happen is you'll do this great for a couple days and then you'll slack. Then you'll get this message from your success partner, she didn't slack today. Guess what? It's like kicking the butt. I'm going to go do mine real quick. And I can't even tell you guys, when I was building my business, how much that helped me having a success partner send me hers every day. She would send them to me at like 10 o'clock at night. And I have 4 kids, so I'm in bed. And they would go, and I would look at my phone and go, dang it, and roll over. My wife like, what are you doing? I'm doing Teamzy. I'm doing Teamzy because Sue did Teamzy already and it's just sent me the picture. It will help you. Get a success partner to do it with you. Okay? All right, I'm going to check out the questions real quick. Elizabeth says, is this being recorded? Yes, we recorded this. So I will post this link maybe late tonight, but definitely early tomorrow on our Facebook page. We'll also email it to you guys. I am losing my voice. I apologize, guys. So yes, we're recording this, Elizabeth. Melina says, can I upload my Facebook friends list every month and it will only add new people? Yes, correct. If you upload your Facebook friends every month, it will only add the new people, correct. Now, we definitely believe you should be adding people daily though, if you can keep up with it. But as you fall behind, you can do that. Okay. Awesome. Okay, guys. Well, again, I'm super jazzed to be talking to you guys. We have, we've been seeing how many people are watching our videos that are with Younique and how many people are getting into trials, and it's been phenomenal. We're super excited. I hope you guys, if you found some value in this tonight, please, when you get this link, share it with your team. Share it far and wide. Get more people engaged. The more people in your team you bring to this system, the more your team can grow, the easier you can duplicate it. Wait, I got one more question. IG or app plans, Melina asks. I'm guessing you mean Instagram. And most people, I mean, a lot of people are working heavily on Instagram, and you should be too. And Instagram doesn't export the list like Facebook. So you're gonna have to bring people in, you're gonna have to add people manually from Instagram as you go. But the best way to do it is every day, as people are communicating with you on Instagram, just put them in your Teamzy. You can tag them as an Instagram person. You can have them in their own separate list that you can work. The bottom line is wherever you're meeting people, Instagram, Snapchat, social, Facebook, whatever, the grocery store, you need to be putting them in Teamzy, and then managing that contact with them. Okay, we don't have an app, Melina, but we do have a mobile website, which you can use on your phone. You just go to, in Safari on your iPhone or Chrome on an Android, you're just gonna go to Teamzy and log in, right? And it's all there, it's mobile, it's at your fingertips, which is pretty cool. Okay, awesome. All right, guys, thank you again for being here tonight. Really appreciate you taking out the time to listen to me talk. I'm gonna go kiss my kids goodnight. You're probably doing the same thing. Thank you again. God bless.